Good morning. I am your host, Isidro Castillo, with my $4 production. I've got my special guest in the house, Mario Gonzalez from School of Hard Knocks, Mr. Michael Andrews from The Works, and we are here to talk about their upcoming September 10th fight, which will be the biggest promotion that I've thrown in regards to having the best fights here in Hobbs, New Mexico, September 10th at the Corral Arena. I'd like to start off by thanking my sponsors, F&A, Fight Night Apparel, Mr. Jay Torres. Also, the athlete to me, Mr. Corey King from Roswell, New Mexico, who's our production manager here with this podcast. In-house, we have, like I said, Mario Gonzalez, undefeated. He's 5-0. He'll be coming to fight June 18th in Ruidoso, New Mexico, and possibly August 13th in Las Cruces, New Mexico. And I have Michael Andrews, who was just now telling me that he would like to get a fight in before his big showdown with Mario Gonzalez. So we're going to try to get him on one of these upcoming fights that we got. So I'm going to start off this podcast by asking Michael Andrews first. How'd you get started in boxing?
Manny Pacquiao. When I was going through, had a sickness in high school that I kind of was stuck inside the house a lot, and figuring out how to fight through something. I watched Manny Pacquiao. I watched his documentaries, and I liked the way he boxed because he was so little and he was kind of undermatched, and he always would go in there and kind of come with all that fire. And I'm always undermatched or smaller than the other guys, so I could relate with that. So Manny Pacquiao always got me going, but I wasn't that talented, so I had to build my way up, but that's who got me going.
Well, as long as I've known you, you've been very athletic.
Yes,
I know I spoke to you in the past, and I don't know if you want to relate to it, but everybody fights something that nobody knows about, and so you had to overcome something health-wise. It was that took a lot for you to overcome.
Yeah, it was. I would say it took a lot more. It helped me. It gave me an extra push in life because it taught me how to fight early, and gave me those adversities a 16-year-old kid shouldn't have to go through, or see. So, and I'm actually very thankful for it because it's helped build the character who I am today. Whenever I'm met with any type of adversity, I go, it's okay, but you ain't killed me.
I know that's right.
You ain't killed me.
God is good, right?
Yes, sir. Amen.
So, what do you do for a living? I'm
an electrician. I work out for Contango. I work out there with my buddy Steven and some other fellows from the gym. I'm just maintenance, make sure things keep running, make sure oil's pumping.
Nice. Now we know who to call for electricity work here at our gym, right?
I'll have you, man. Yeah. $100 an hour.
Just kidding. He's not playing. So, you brought up Manny Pacquiao. Is there any other fighters that you look up to that inspire you?
Interestingly enough, I actually didn't I didn't like Mayweather, but after studying boxing and watching how masterful he was in the ring, I grew a respect and actually grew to actually feel, he's actually one of the greatest boxers. Because before, I didn't know the way he carried himself outside of the ring, but inside the ring, he kind of, no matter what he did outside the ring, inside the ring trumped that, I felt.
Well, it's just an act. I mean,
yeah,
he's got to sell tickets, whether you love him or hate him. Like
yeah.
Muhammad Ali. It's what puts seats.
Oh yeah.
What puts butts in the seats.
Yes,
you know
sir.
What I mean?
Yes, sir. And as I've grown in the boxing game, I've realized that, and that's what probably has helped grow my respect for Mayweather and go, oh, he's just out here, he's just trying to take care of his family and get the best fights and the best shows on.
Yeah, and I know a couple of years we had a little bit of an issue, and we covered it. We overcame that.
Yes,
I know one fight we had you on, a whole lot of ticket sales weren't sold, and I think we set you on the next show, and then you called me. And I know it had to take a lot for you to call me personally, and you're like, hey, you know what? I want to be a part of the shows. I will do what I can to sell tickets and whatnot. And I think it made you look as a professional at a different perspective as a businessman, as a professional fighter in this game, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And I've understood where you came from. That's what we mended a lot, and I feel like we're much closer and further along than we ever have.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Mario, what got you involved in boxing? Of course, I know the story, but tell it to our people.
Honestly, I don't know. Ever since I was young, I've always wanted to box. I've always wanted to box. Just never knew where to go. And then I was introduced to you when I was about, I don't know, 10, 11. And then we just started off in your living room. And you know, we didn't have a gym at the time. Um, but you know, we made the most of it. You know, spar in the backyard, spar at the high school, and yeah, just made the most of it, and I fell in love with it. So just
Yeah.
kept on striving to be better and better every year.
I've been coaching for 25 years, and at that point, we were teaching out of my home because of a personal reason that happened in my family. But yeah, so we've been along this venture and ride for a long time. We've been all over the country. We've had ups and downs. Um, we've had Mario get mad at me one time because I stopped a fight, and he reminds me constantly about that. He says he wants to go out on his shield, and that hasn't changed, has it?
No, sir, never will.
So, what fighters do you follow, and for what reasons?
Um, I mean, obviously the number one would be Canelo. Just his determination. I mean, his boxing is one thing, but mainly the things that you can't teach. Determination, his consistency, and just his will to be better every fight. No matter how good he is already, he's constantly trying to be better, constantly. Just one of the things I like to live by. He trusts the process. We all have bad days. I have bad days every week, and I don't let that determine anything. You know what I mean? We have bad sparring days. We have great sparring days. On some of my best days, I was just talking to Fernando about it. He helps me with strength and conditioning. He's my coach for that, and I was telling him like, how do you say like, on your best days, you think you're gonna kill it, and you go in there and it's just not what you thought it was gonna be, you know. So, and then on some of your worst days, you have your record days. You know what I mean? So, it's just crazy. You can't go into it on emotion. You can't. You kind of just gotta trust the process and keep striving to be better every day.
I hear that, and with that being said, what do you guys both do? This is a question for both you guys. After boxing, when you guys retire, are you guys wanting to coach, or what are you guys planning to do after boxing?
I'm a very structured person, which is weird. But if you know me, you're like, you're not structured. But my plan is retire at 55. I have one more class to finish in college to get my associates in psychology. I want to be a counselor, or, retire, get my 401k, be a counselor at the guidance center for young children to help what I've went through. And then of course, I don't think I'll ever. I mean, I'll maybe retire from boxing, but I don't think I'll ever stop being involved in the life of boxing. So my plan is to help with, either help my son with boxing, or help those who want to box and get something going, and be a counselor and a boxing coach, kind of like just like my coach and your coach. I mean, just like you,
Right,
you
right.
as well. You're also not only you're a coach, you're also a mentor. I'm sure you deal with
Absolutely.
kids going through certain things. You've helped them, flourish and not do things they don't want to do. So
Oh yeah.
that's my plan, is to follow the footsteps of good coaches that I've seen in my local town.
Right. That's good stuff. How about yourself, Mario?
Ask the question again, please.
I said, what after you retire from boxing, are you wanting to coach, or what are you planning to do after boxing?
Yeah, I mean, I think coaching would be up there for sure. I like helping the other kids and stuff. I already got a few guys, got a good like 8 kids that stay an hour late after the gym with me every day, just because they want to, and that reason being, even though I'm so busy getting ready for this fight in June, I still take the time after we're done training to get in work with them, because they make the effort, and they got the will to be better every day. So they literally take it. They text me. If they don't text me, they'll let me know here at the gym, like, hey, can we stay late today? Like, so I can let my mom know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they stay like an hour late every day. I mean, no matter what, they don't leave early, nothing. They stay literally an hour late after the gym. So, and I let them know they gotta get the workout in here with coach first, and then we can get an extra work in after. So they gotta get their workout in, and then we can get in the other drills and stuff. Like
That helps motivate you too, huh?
Yeah,
Like, dang, if they're
It
driving.
keeps me going. So I'm like, damn. So
Yeah.
like if the day I want to call in, and I'm like, these little guys depend on me. You know, they need
They're
me,
looking
you
up
know?
to you guys,
Yeah.
both you guys. Speaking on, you know, the kids, it's not only the kids that you mentor, it's also the adults. I mean, I've had some guys with mental health problems call me all hours of the night, talking about their personal life, whether it be with their lady or financially or they're suicidal. I mean, it's happened. Unfortunately, I'm sure Coach Tony and Coach Ruben know about all too well about that, you know. And
I may have called him a few times, huh, Tony?
That's what it's all about, man.
But-
It's a family.
we're all family here.
Yes, sir.
I know Coach Ruben, we've talked many times. I'm sure you guys don't know, but we've called each other and talked about things going on, you know, like when something happened, when that deal with Oscar happened, you know, we talked for a good hour, you know, on the phone about it. And not only that, but just other situations. But, you know, at the end of the day, we're all friends, we're all family, we're boxing brothers, you know, so.
Yes, sir.
So the next question, I'm gonna give this question to Michael, because Michael, you called me and you asked for this fight with Mario. What was your whole doing behind calling out Mario?
I appreciate that question because I've gotten that question a lot, because me and Mario are good friends, like real good friends, not just associates, but actual good friends. We've talked, you know, late hours. Hey, bro, I'm tripping on this. Hey, bro, I'm tripping on this. But I called for this fight is because I see the light at the end of the tunnel for myself. And I don't want to be 30 years from now or 20 years from now at the Stripes or the All-Subs, because this is a small town. Someone's going to be like, hey, man, I wonder who's better. I wonder who could have got this. And I don't want to be 45 years old like Roy Jones and Mike Tyson trying to do an exhibition bout. So I figured Mario's at the top of his game right now. I feel like I'm getting to the top of my game right now. So it's the best to do it now so I can ride off into the sunset and, you know, at peace and not feel like I've left something to do in the, you know, behind me.
And I admire that, because a lot of times, a lot of the top fighters do not fight each other. And, you know, in our area, I do see you guys along with like Oscar. Of course, when my son was fighting, I've seen you guys all like the cream of the crop around this area.
Yes, sir.
It doesn't happen too often, you know, because obviously us as coach and promoters and managers, we're trying to look after you guys and trying to get you guys to try to build you up to go on to bigger and better things.
Of course.
Obviously, you guys know I'm a poor man's promoter, but I work my ass off, and I try to put on good quality fights. September 10th at the Corral Arena, Combative Wars 4, I want nothing but good fights. Like you guys set the bar.
Yep. Yes, sir.
So anybody that's going to be on that card, number one, they got to sell tickets. Number two, they have to be willing to fight somebody.
Yes, sir.
So,
Pull Dez out.
well, Des already hit me up. He's ready.
Good
He
deal.
wants to fight. Abel Navarrete.
Good deal. Yeah, some big names.
Des is 6-0.
Big names.
Abel's 7-0. There's a kid, Jorge Tovar, 3-0. We got
names.
some big time fighters that I'm planning to put on the show. We're also going to have bare knuckle fighting and MMA going down. So
It's gonna be a good night.
coming back to the question, when Michael hit me up, I hit you up and told you about Michael wanting to fight you, and you're bullshitting me. You're trying to make this fight happen. I was like, no, man, he really hit me up about it. What was your thinking behind that?
I just thought you were being funny. Then me and Mike had talked about it prior, and he kind of ran me through everything like that. And like you said, I mean, we're good friends, so we've talked about it in the past for sure, 100%. We were gonna, build ourselves up and then do it in the future, but things change. So, I mean, if he feels like he's ready to retire, I mean, and like I said, could just be another emotion. I mean, people feel certain ways all the time. I felt in certain ways about boxing many times, So, but nonetheless, he feels that way right now. So, I mean, I respect that, and you know, we talked, you know, man to man about it, and you know, there is no hard feelings at all. It's business. We're gonna bang it out, and yeah, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. We're gonna give everybody what they want. So, and trust me when I mean give everybody what they want. So, I want to see this house packed.
Yeah.
I want to see it packed.
Yeah, y'all come out, man.
We're gonna give y'all what y'all want. So just
Ain't gonna
come
be
out.
another one.
Yeah.
Oh, so
yeah.
so yesterday my mom graduated from college, man, and
Congratulations.
she quit school at 15 when she was pregnant with me. So here, 47 years later, she graduated last night, and then so my dad says, let's take her to Applebee's. So I went over there. I kind of went over there, waited for 45 minutes while they're still at the graduation, and when we finally got seated, Vernon Mackey, everybody knows Vernon in Hobbs, yeah. Vernon came up to me and he was like, man, why are you doing this to my guys? Mike and Mario, they're both my friends, you know, and you know, Vernon, he's a fan of the fight game, and so he asked me, and then I shot back to him. I said, well, who do you think's gonna win? You know, and he didn't want to give me an answer, but he said he's not gonna miss this. Yeah, and he told me that if he had to call in sick, he's calling in sick for this. So
yeah, y'all better.
So, you know, better. So the award is out already. September 10th, the main event. We got Mario Gonzalez versus Michael Andrews. There'll be a title on the line. 154 pounds is what they agreed to. I'm going to put you guys both on the spot, man. How do you think the fight's going to go?
Honestly, I'm
I want you to be honest with me.
Yeah,
I'm ready for Mike to be at the top of his game. I feel like if he's willing to really let this be his last fight and retire, I mean, I expect guns blazing, 100%. I don't expect nothing less. And that's the type of fights I like. I want to dog it out 100%, and you know, may the best man win 100%. I mean, it's no hard feelings. I don't have no hard feelings, no grudges, nothing like that. Like boxing, I love boxing because it's the only sport where two men can fucking go at it and dog it out, and at the end of the fight, give each other a hug and fucking like, yeah. You know?
Be happy about it and not want to go do something else.
I love this. Win or lose, I mean, obviously, I'm going to do everything in my power to win, as he should, you know what I mean? As any fighter should. But realistically, it's boxing. Anything can happen. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care how great a shape you're in. I've seen it all.
One punch can change the course of the fight.
So,
Absolutely.
I mean, if anybody says anything different, I mean, you know, we're both gonna work each other's ass off and be ready. You know what I mean? So I think it's gonna be it's gonna make for one damn hell of a fight for sure. And I just feel like, you know, all 6 rounds we're gonna be toe to toe. You know, 100%. And you know, like I said, may the best man win.
What do you think about it?
I've similar reason. I picked this fight because I know this sounds crazy to whoever's listening is we don't know who could win. We've many years ago, we had sparring matches, and it's always head to head. And I've had these questions asked me before, who do you think better? And I'm always just an honest person. I'm like, man, to be honest with you, this is why I like this fight, because I don't know. Anybody could win. Like, anybody could land that one punch. I know Mario cracks. He's not a light puncher, and I know he's coming in there to not be my friend. And we talked about it. I don't want him to come in there and spar me. I want him to come in there and take my head off, because that's what boxing is. And I picked that fight because I know he's coming for it. And I want to answer those questions. I don't like picking fights I know I'm gonna win. It doesn't really drive me as much. And like you said, I know Mario's gonna come in the best shape of his life. He's gonna have a few fights coming up before it, and I know what I do. I know that I'm gonna be in their best shape of my life, and I'm excited to just see what I could do when I'm tested like that. And I know Mario's gonna test me like that. And that's what I'm excited for, because like, man, I want to see what I do when the fires are blazing. Am I gonna look for the door? Am I gonna spray it down? So,
well, I absolutely think it's a beautiful fight to be made here in Hobbs. I mean, you know, Coach Rubin and I, we talked about not fighting our fighters against each other unless something like this happened. You know, of course, my cousin Jarrell trains with you guys, and he fought one of our fighters. The Mantis versus the Jalapeno, which two great nicknames, man.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm gonna push as soon as the commission approves this fight, which I should have an answer by Monday. I'm gonna order the tickets. I'm gonna distribute them to the fighters. I want nothing but good fights on here. I don't want, you know, 7-0 versus a 0-7. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want good quality
Every
fights. Des, he hit me up the other day. He's 6-0 out of Odessa, Texas. Des brings the heat and he
Yep.
brings a fan.
There you go.
Anthony Sanchez versus Derek Perez. They just had an MMA fight.
Well, that's gonna be a banger. They're doing bare knuckle.
Yeah, they're going to do bare knuckle. I'm not saying that's the co-main event, but
That's
Anthony immediately hit me up and says he wants to run that back, but this time in bare knuckle fighting. So they're both 1-0 as bare knuckle. Yeah, they're crazy.
Crazy. Y'all is tough. Y'all is tough.
Derek's man, he does everything.
Yeah.
He fights everybody. He's fought my son twice. He's fought Abel Navarrete. He's fought, I mean, who's who of boxing. Him and his brother Gene, they both bring it. You know, they don't come to lay down. Abel Navarrete is back on the fight scene. He's 7-0. He's got a tough fight versus 5-2 Armando Rodriguez out of El Paso. I want to talk to Coach Tony and Coach Ruben about Teresa Day fighting Brittany Horton Horton out of Belen. I don't know if is Teresa available. You think for boxing? September 10th? Don't know.
I wouldn't know either.
Okay, well, we'll talk about that. Yeah. I mean, I'm just trying to bring heavy hitters here in Hobbs who can sell tickets. If they can't sell tickets, because there's a thing. There's fighter. As soon as I put out a fight, I get everybody and their mama hit me up about wanting to fight. But it's strictly business. I'm putting on fights that people can put butts in the seats. It's got to be that way. Because if these guys are our main event, everybody knows it's going to be a fight. Everybody knows they're going to sell tickets.
Yeah.
And so the undercard has to be just as good as the main event.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
So
So with that being said, is there any fights you guys want to see on the y'all's undercard?
I think you need
Charlo
to
Canelo.
Okay. Who wins that fight? Who wins that fight? Real quick.
Canelo.
Who?
Canelo, Charlo.
Charlo and Canelo.
Man, Canelo, bro. But Charlo, I mean, I love his style. I do. He's basic, but he's on point with everything.
Well, he lost the last fight, man.
Yeah.
He's got the rematch next week, and he's got it's gonna be tough. But
that kid is.
Ironically, I had Austin Trout here as a motivational speaker, and before he went on, we were talking, and I asked him because he fought both Charlo brothers, which I thought he beat one of them. And the second one he lost, and obviously he fought Canelo. And I asked him who hit the hardest, and he said the smaller Charlo brother hits the hardest.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting to know.
That's very interesting.
I wouldn't have thought that.
So, but you know,
Is that
of course,
the fighting next week?
no, the bigger brother fights.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Speaking of Canelo, I'm gonna pick y'all's mind. Are you guys gonna watch it? And who do you guys think? Who's gonna win?
Man, I got Canelo, but Bebo is dangerous.
And it's a challenge for Canelo. You know what I mean? He's going up all these. I know he's been there already, so it's something his body's already used to it. But being the smaller man going against a cruiserweight that's boxed his whole life at cruiserweight, it's a big challenge. That's why I'm respecting Canelo these past couple fights. There's people saying he's fighting nobody, but if you know boxing, weight's a big difference.
Well, he's fighting an undefeated fighter who's a European fighter. I think he's 19-0. He's naturally bigger, like you said. He's a world champion.
Right.
So, like, everybody can say what they want. Canelo's chasing history.
Yeah.
All these fighters need him. No matter who Canelo fights, he's going to get paid. You know what I mean? And Caleb Plant, you know, he got 10 mil to fight Canelo. So whoever fights Canelo, that's the biggest payday, you know.
Yeah, that's why you got MMA fighters trying to look stupid out there.
Hey, listen.
Crazy.
Well, I would look stupid too because hey, listen. If you're your top fighter, I can't remember the heavyweight. He's from Africa, from the UFC.
Usman. Oh wait, the heavyweight or the
I'm talking about the MMA fighter.
The heavyweight?
Yeah.
Oh, Ngannou, Francis.
Yes, he made $600,000 his last fight.
That's
you know what I'm saying? Canelo is easily making $35 million, or Tyson Fury just made $35 million.
Yeah.
You know, so like
Them
It's
That's why I
apple and
box.
oranges, man. I mean, come on.
That's why I box, sir.
That fight,
You know what I
would
mean?
be dope though.
Well-
Fury and that dude.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it at the technical standpoint, as much as I have come from the MMA world and I want to root for Ngannou, Tyson Fury is just on a whole nother level technically from Ngannou. He's
Shit,
probably
even in the
third
boxing
round.
world though, man. Like,
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
Fury.
he's special, man.
Yeah.
well, he's special for our times. If you
Yeah.
put him when he fought Riddick Bowe, Lennox Lewis, Mike Tyson, or even,
I don't know, man.
uh,
I don't know.
he wouldn't be
That
where
big
he's
boy
at.
is tough, man.
He's tough. They're all tough. They're all tough.
we poked the bear, huh?
No, I'm just saying, like personally, you got different
They
eras
are,
of
but This
boxing.
boy is big. He's fast.
It's weird,
he's
huh?
strong.
And he boxes like
he
a
has good
middleweight.
head movement. I mean, he has great teamwork.
Listen, bro.
Like,
If he were to fight Muhammad Ali, Ali would have
he's
smoked
as fast as
him.
the middleweight.
He's not as fast as the middle.
Yes, he is. For his
He's
big
all,
ass
I
throwing
mean,
that
he's big.
right
Yeah, or
He's
not.
okay,
Hey,
man.
whoa, I'm just playing.
That's like a 6'8" football player in there.
No, but it is interesting to watch because I thought Wilder was gonna smoke him because I was just going with Wilder, but Tyson Fury.
Were you
really-
going with Wilder? And this
Yeah,
is
he
like a kind of political question. Were you going with him because of his race? Like real talk.
I mean, I would say a little bit, but I also watched how he was cracking folks. Like he had no boxing technique whatsoever. Had no jab. He looked ugly, but he what's that? Bazile? I can't say his last name.
Yeah.
He bounced his head off his shoulder.
Uh-huh.
I was like, dude.
And
But-
he didn't even like hit him, huh?
Yeah, it did just kind of grazed him. Oh,
And he was an Olympian.
but he got exposed. He got exposed by a real like someone who boxes.
So me personally, I think Deontay Wilder has power.
Yes,
Good power. I mean, obviously he knocked down Tyson Fury, but he was losing that complete fight,
the whole time.
the whole fight.
Like,
The first fight.
yeah,
yes.
especially the first fight.
What are you talking
What
about?
fight?
When he knocked him out cold almost, and he was like dead, and
In
he
the
just woke up.
in the
He
10th round?
watched we watching two different fights. Tyson Fury was whooping his ass, and then got knocked down twice. Why do you think they called it a draw? But then he got exposed. He got exposed. He came back and
I was going for Wilder both fights, but either way, that for Fury is badass.
Yeah, Fury won me over because at first the way he held himself, the way he sells tickets, I was like, this fool's crazy. And then went out there and boxed, and I said, well, you know what? He's actually boxing. He's using his skills. You know what I mean? And as I've grown in boxing, I respect someone who's gonna box more than just bite down and do all that fun stuff. You know, that's fun. Yeah, it's fun until you eat the canvas.
heavyweight's pretty exciting division. With that, pro boxing, did you guys watch the Shakur Stevenson and Valdez fight?
I watch this, sir.
I think. What did you guys think of that?
Stevenson did what he was supposed to do.
Did you?
I thought when he got into altercations and was banging, he was losing those rounds. But I mean, it was.
Oh
I
my
scored
God.
it. I scored it eight rounds for Stevenson and 4 rounds for Valdez.
You're crazy.
8-4. So.
Oh my God, man. Stevie Wonder over
If you ever
here.
wonder why judges have so many different points on and shit? That's because you got people
Stevenson beat him
like that, you know?
10,
Oh, he beat his
10
ass.
to
He
2
beat his
rounds,
ass.
maybe.
100%.
Maybe 11 to 1,
He beat
maybe.
his ass. 100%.
Tank Davis is now calling out Stevenson. What do you guys think?
Stevenson beats him, man.
Yeah, Tank. He
But,
don't got the
I mean,
technique.
Tank-
if
Tank is
Stevenson
good,
could take
but
that power, you know?
He got beat by Pitbull, I thought.
Oh yeah, that was crazy. They robbed him. They robbed Pitbull.
Yeah.
Robbed him.
That's their cash cow, though.
Yeah,
Well-
yeah. I guess what you
But
going. Yeah.
honestly, I mean, it was not like, I mean, yeah, he beat him, but I mean, he fought good rounds too. But Cruz did win that fight.
Big
I
time.
didn't feel like it was a blowout or nothing like that at all. I mean, it was a back and forth fight.
I'm gonna give you guys this question real quick before we wrap this up. Who are your top 5 pound for pound pro boxers right now?
Shit, man, it's obvious. Canelo, Spence, Crawford, Fury, and Stevenson.
How about yourself?
Crawford, Fury, Spence. There's this kid. I can't say his name. Xander. He's coming. He's really.
Oh, yeah.
He's fire. I like his technique. I know y'all like, who's crazy right now, but give me 3 or 4
Puerto Rican?
years.
Yeah.
Puerto Rican kid. Yeah, give me 3 or 4 years. Y'all go hear about Xander. He's fire.
Yeah, he is.
And then the 5th one, man, that's just. I don't know. Michael Andrews.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I see you left Canelo out.
Oh, well, because he's at the GOAT. I didn't know we were going to GOAT then the list.
Okay, so
Yes, sir.
y'all both threw two names in there, Crawford and Spence. Who wins that fight?
Put 100 on Crawford.
Yeah, I mean, man, honestly, I love Crawford, but I got Spence. I box him. 100%.
Okay.
Because I think they're gonna dog it out because they're both bulls. But if Spence needs to, he will outbox him.
So pound for pound, who's ahead? You got Spence over Crawford or Crawford over Spence? Obviously, you got Crawford over Spence.
I mean, Spence got all the belts, so I got Spence.
He's got all but one.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got the better resume, I think.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, Olympian, all that shit. So.
I just
But
That's an
I
interesting
mean,
fight. I hope
like,
they make that fight happen.
I
Yeah,
don't even
yeah.
want to pick. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like that. Type
I'm
of
biased.
fight,
See, I'm weird. Once I've connected to something,
Yeah,
even
nah.
though I think Spence has a few better things,
Yeah.
I'm still just back him until he takes the L, and I still got his back.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I see a lot of people talking shit about Canelo. They think he's hiding from the Charlo brothers, from Benavidez, but you have to earn that right. To me, Canelo has earned the right to fight whoever he wants. Like he's talking about fighting the guy that just beat Anthony Joshua. So
I can't. It's with two,
Oh,
U and
yeah,
O
yeah.
is what it starts at. I can't say his name either.
And he used to be a undisputed cruiserweight champ. Now he's the heavyweight champ. So imagine if Canelo. I mean, he got to win tonight, but imagine if he has to fight that heavyweight. You know, it'd be pretty wild.
There's nobody on his level, huh? That's why I can't even rank him because I know that sounds like I'm like.
He's all over the place.
I feel like I'm riding, but Canelo, there's nobody in this era that I feel is on his level.
Well, I think there's tough fights out there. I think Benavidez. I think even the Charlo brother give him tough fights. I do think he beats both or all three of them guys. There are some good fighters, man, and there's a Hispanic guy at 175 pounds that's pretty tough. He's undefeated. I don't remember his name, but I know he's pretty good.
Yeah.
Real quick, what boxing movies do you guys like? Y'all have a favorite?
I go old school and Pride of Glory.
That was Cuban Good Jr. or the Mexican one?
The Mexican one.
Okay.
Blood in, blood out.
That's my favorite too.
I can watch that religiously.
Knows all the lines on it too, huh?
Yeah, Micheal goes hard, but I would say
And I brought Miko down Hobbs.
I know, I think I went. I was doing something that day. I ended up missing it, but that was a good thing. But I would say, I know that sounds so cliche, but Rocky. I like watching all the Rockies and just especially
Old school.
you know what I mean. Growing up, not just wanting to box and watching that, like man, that's dope. I want to box one day. Now I'm getting to it. So
You listen to that music and start shadow boxing at Walmart, huh?
It's funny, man. That goes on in my gym and you catch everybody.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, I'm ready. Let's go. Let's do this.
That's funny.
Yes, sir.
So, what's
I
up?
like Southpaw too,
Southpaw?
just because the storyline.
That's what's up.
That's cool.
South Park.
Yeah, that was a good one.
So, September 10th, we got the main event in the house. Mario Gonzalez from the School of Hard Knocks. Michael Andrews from the Works. They're going to be our main event September 10th at Combative Wars 4 at the Corral Arena. Don't miss out. It's going to be the best event I put on. And I know these guys are going to bring one hell of a fight. It's going to be 6 rounds. It's going to be our main event. And hope to see you guys there. Thank you for joining our podcast. We'll be back here in a couple of weeks with our local trainers from other gyms. We got myself from School of Hard Knocks, got Tony and Ruben Lamas from The Works, and Edgar Zubia from Bad Boys. Is there any other boxing teams around here?
I think so.
So that'll be our next podcast. Stay tuned. I think this film will probably be ready within the week. Speaking, before we close out, I've got Fabian Navarro. He'll be filming like a 24/7 type documentary with both Mario and Michael. He'll be catching their training. Of course, he's not gonna film too much because he doesn't want to share. But
We got cameras in here too.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
we
kidding.
got
I'm kidding,
we got cameras, but they're not working.
Oh, don't tell them that. That's what you tell them, huh? So you can catch them, right?
Nah, we don't. But no, he's gonna go to your gym.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, catch you
cool.
jump roping, running, whatever. It's gonna
There
be based like the 24/7, like on
Yes, sir.
HBO.
That's cool.
You can do whatever you want with him when he goes to you guys. So you show as much as you want to show.
Yeah, yes, sir.
You know, if you just want to do 30-second clips with Tony hitting the mitts or whatever, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
He's gonna put rap in your hand, whatever you want. You know what I mean? So
Catch you wire in the panel.
whatever you gotta do.
That's stupid,
So,
huh? Okay.
so Fabian
Yes, sir.
Navarro, man, that's my dude. He's
Yes,
gonna
sir.
be filming. He's gonna film. Leading up to that, we'll have a press conference. I'm sure Corey will be there. Fabian will be there. He's gonna do like 3 or 4 segments for you guys.
That's
It's gonna be
cool,
like 20-minute episodes. So
That's cool.
stay tuned for that. School of Hard Knocks promotion, $4 production. This is my podcast. Thank you.